Oh, hi Eva, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, so good to see you. In this film, first of all, you are absolutely amazing. As soon as that first scene opened with you singing, I was like, oh my God. Now, representation is so important, as you've talked about before. And in this film, we see your protagonist, Sam, and her friend Hazel experience some of the more difficult sides of growing up in the foster care system. What do you hope viewers can take away from seeing this on screen?
I hope that it's great to show young people uh, realities of the world in order to, I think, prepare them for what's really out there. I think that's really essential, and also just to hopefully plant some sort of empathy that not everyone lives the same life as you, and maybe get inspired to do something about that for people who might need a little more help or a little more support or a little more understanding for the way that they've lived their lives. It's good to talk about empathy and love for other people, but yeah, I think it's something that I've not really seen in many movies. And the only other movie that I've seen is Meet the Robinsons. Is like the only other animation that I remember how the lead character is also at a foster care home. Um, but yeah, I think their relationship, regardless, is so beautiful, and Sam will really do anything to make sure that Hazel finds her forever family, which I think is such a wonderful quality about Sam.
It's so beautiful. She's such a lovable character, and you portray her so beautifully. Now,
Oh,
you
thank you.
absolutely shine in Hadestown, and I know that these are two incredibly different experiences and projects. Did you find any similarities between them?
Of course, I mean, I think you could always find in like the most extreme characters like some similarities. So I think that's always a fun thing. But definitely weird doing 4 hours in a recording studio with my voice kind of in an area that's like optimistic and sunny and like, and then going to Hadestown and like it's just such a different vibe. But you know what? That it's part of why I enjoy my job so much is just the flexibility and the freedom of like being able to do two different characters. That's also crazy. It's a really very much a pinch me moment when I was doing the two.
Now, which of the characters in the Land of Luck do you think that you are most like?
Oh my gosh. I oh my gosh, so many of them. I loved Simon's Bob. I thought in there's a really beautiful intimate scene between the two of them where he really shows up for Sam, and I think really changes her perspective about not making her feel like she's a bad person, even though bad things have happened to her, or she might have made a mistake. It doesn't mean she's a bad person. Um, I love when you're able to have those moments with your friends where you can console them and make sure that they know that they're supported. And I love that Bob did that. And that was probably one of my favorite scenes as well. But I personally, I loved the bunnies. I was so excited to see the little bunnies in the hazmat suits. Peggy was telling me about them early on in the process, and I was like, that sounds so cute. I want to buy that stuffed animal. And I saw them and I was like, they're adorable.
Hi, Flula, how are you?
Hi, Sydney. Why is it not very dark and cave-like? Based on the nocturnal, I assume this is a very what's happening over there?
So, it's actually day in New York City, but you're totally right. We should be doing this at night. I don't know. I got to talk to my boss about that.
Yes, yes. Let's make some
That's
changes.
okay. Well, we're not like the land of, well, we are like the land of luck where we're bright and colorful and have good times. You play Jeff the Unicorn in this movie. He's a lovable character in the land of luck who has some advice for our protagonist, Sam. What's your interpretation of Jeff? What did you learn about him during this process?
Oh, I love that chef has many layers. He's like a German onion, just in a delicious stew. You think he's just a serious unicorn helping to balance good and bad luck. But in the end, you realize, man, this unicorn has had love affairs. He's had relationships and friendships and connections. So I very much enjoyed to explore that within this very wonderful film, Luck, streaming on Apple TV Plus. Hey.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, you're no stranger to voice acting. We've seen you in Ferdinand, Brown's Gone Wrong, Wreck-It Ralph, so many more. What's this filming process like? I know it's very unique, and how does it differ from project to project?
It's very fun, as you said, because as it's not even a filming process, there's no cameras really, so I can wear anything I like. I've worn bikinis before. It doesn't help. I can tell you should wear normal clothes while auditioning and recording in audio worlds. You can also experiment and try things. That's always very fun. So there's no pressures. It's not like I'm trying to do a 5-car roll down a hill while there are explosions and someone's throwing a sequoia tree. None of this happens. It's all animated. I can just try again and keep doing it. That's what I love about animation. And this film, Luck.
I have no doubt that if your job requirement required you to like roll down a hill in a car, you would totally be able to do it.
Could absolutely do duct tape. I just duct tape my whole body.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned that Jeff has all these layers to him. What did you find about him through this process? Like, what were those layers? Were you able to uncover them?
Yeah, I think I didn't realize just how deep of a love guy this was. Because at first we often don't know the full script as the actor. So when I started to realize, wow, he has this very deep and loving relationship with Babe the Dragon, played by Jane Fonda. What? That was very fun for me to explore, and I very much enjoyed that.
This is such an incredible cast. You have Eva, you have Jane, we have you, we have Whoopi. What was it like to work with everyone?
It was virtual in that we never recorded together. And so it was a fun idea in my mind that I imagined and enjoyed. And I only saw it as when you did, which is when I saw the film, I got to see us all acting together. It's like a basketball team playing basketball on 5 separate courts, passing to no one. But then you put all the courts together and boom, it's the 80s Celtics.
What's your favorite thing about this movie? I can tell you have so much love for it.
Oh, I love the message. I think it's so great. You think it's all about, I don't want to spoil, of course, but it does show us that it's about connections and humanity and love and friendships and relationships, and that this is the most important thing. And I think that is a great message for humans.
It truly is. Flula, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you as well. I'll see you at night somewhere next time.
See you at night, exactly. I'll tell you, I'll meet you in a cave. It'll be perfect.
Perfect. We'll go spelunking.
It'll be so good. I can't wait to see what we find. I'm holding you to that. Thank you, guys.